On this platform, is the destiny of gamerkind controlled by some graphical fidelity or hype? Is it like the hand of Todd hovering above? At least it is true that gamers have no control, even over their own wallets.
Ah, you're back.
Flipwitch Forbidden Gex Hex is a Souls-like, Goon-like Metroidvania based on the Grimm Brothers fairy tale known as Ranma Half, making it both a sequel to Little Witch Academia and a prequel to Witch Hat Atelier. It's also the second best game I've played this year with a blue and pink color scheme. Unfortunately for me, Flipwitch is a game ripe with explicit imagery, so I'm gonna have to censor it by going into my Forbidden Images folder and zooming in on everyone's instruments of procreation until they can be used as censor bars. The game begins with lore, followed by your sensei asking you to retrieve the bewitched bubble from the Great Fairy, which allows you to transform into the Flipwitch, granting you the ability to switch genders at will, which already opens up many possibilities for the sequel. In short, this power allows you to use different platforms, dodge color-coded attacks, infiltrate incel organizations, and disguise yourself in order to fool NPCs. There's even unique death animations depending on what gender you were when you died, as well as which area of the game you died in. On top of your Flipwitch ability, you also have a melee attack, dodge roll, ranged attack, charged ranged attack, several equipable items with various degrees of utility, and the charm system from Hollow Knight. The equipables consume mana, while the gacha machines consume lucky coins, which can be found throughout the world, encouraging you to explore so that you may expand your collection of animated GIFs depicting a wide array of physical activities. There's quite a lot of these, and they have a little something for everyone. Personally, I have a thing for the succubi, because I'm an idiot. It's like saying your favorite food is crystal meth. It's also something I started to deeply regret around the time I had to fight the demon boss and kept dying to her second phase. The game actually has a pretty solid difficulty curve. Once you've completed the tutorial and arrived in Spirit City, the game will present you with the real main quest, which consists of obtaining the 6 boss keys and defeating the Chaos Witch, whose involvement in this suggests the existence of some kind of Horus heresy. Along your journey, you will also come across a multitude of side quests involving various NPCs across the world. Upon completing side quests, your sensei will reward you by increasing your base damage and adding charges to your Sextus Flask. Most of the side quests involve helping out NPCs, and all of them involve a lot of backtracking, which is why I'm very grateful for the fast travel system. The individual areas also branch off from Spirit City, making it quite reminiscent of Firelink Shrine from Breeders of the Nephilim. To add to the Dark Souls comparison, there are also merchants out in the wild who sell unique items not found anywhere else, so if you didn't have enough cash on your first time through the area, you're gonna have a memorable experience trying to make your way back to them after you've grinded enough gold. One thing that legit impressed me in this game is the enemy variety. It's not Elden Ring by any means, but when I first booted up the game and started smacking goblins with my magic stick, I remember thinking to myself, oh, I guess that's the main enemy. Goblins. 9 hours later, I was getting my teeth kicked in by Michelangelo's David. Every area has its own enemy roster, Chaos Witch skill check, sub-boss, dom boss, and music, which combined with the pixel art breathe life into the atmosphere of the game. When I'm going through the floors of the spooky area, dodging Frankensteins and beating up punks like I'm playing Streets of Rage, I sometimes pause for a moment and think to myself, man, I should get back into Dead Cells. One thing I haven't mentioned so far is the story, and I gotta be legit here. It's not Shakespeare, and it's certainly not One Piece, but it does paint a compelling picture of a community of people from various backgrounds and ethnicities struggling to go on with their lives in a world where a being wielding a dark, illegitimate power has destabilized normal society. If there's one lesson I've learned from this game's story, it's to help out the people around you. All the NPCs you help out in the game have real problems from the real world, like loneliness, insecurity, and lack of underwear, which makes me far more motivated to give them a hand than if they just stood there explaining their entire life story to me before asking me to retrieve their PS Vita from the hands of a Cyclops. Going back in time to the equipable items, most of them are actually complete garbage, not necessarily because they're ineffective, but simply because they require an entire launch sequence to activate, during which the enemy has about 20 different opportunities to kill you because their version of the item has a much shorter cooldown. To be fair, you already have a dodge roll that goes through enemies, so the design of the ghost dash might be intentional. Later in the game, you also unlock the demon dash, which is much better anyways. That being said, out of all the abilities you can find, buy, and unlock, the most useful one is almost certainly the coiled sword fragment, which gives you the powers of taxpayer moneyman from allowing you to bust out the fast travel menu anywhere and anywhen. The only downside being that it costs 2,000 fantasy money, the grind for which give me time to ponder philosophical questions such as, what is employment, and how many pixels can you show until YouTube recognizes a nipple? Jokes aside, the game's pixel art and animation are very pretty, and having to censor every boss's military-grade ballistics frame by frame makes me appreciate it even more. In conclusion, all those videos about how gaming is dead are complete horseradish. I give this game a zombie panty out of a fat stocking.